This word. American English, we're going to say have a beer. Probably just
Then
beer.
what if say pint in America? They can understand.
Yeah, probably. The word pint in American English is more used with like talking about amount of liquid. Like a pint.
Pint size.
A size, yeah.
Basketball.
1 pint of milk. Or like a lot of times in the recipe, like that gives the instructions for how to make something, they might, sometimes you see a quart.
Yeah.
A quart is a quarter of a gallon, I think. 4 quarts to a gallon. What is a pint? Is a pint, I always forget, maybe a pint is 2 quarts, so a pint is like half a gallon? No.
No, there's
2 pints equals a quart? Maybe 2 pints equals a quart, so 8 pints is a gallon, maybe?
American units are always
American units are pretty silly. There is some overlap with the English. Like English, they use miles, and so they also say pint. When they say pint, I'm not sure about South African or even Australian. I didn't hear Australian really say it. It definitely sounds British or maybe Scottish, Irish also say. A pint just means like a glass of beer. And it is because the typical glass mug is usually about a pint of the amount of beer. Number 2, initiative. So if you have initiative, a lot of times it is going to be used with the word to have initiative or to have the initiative. It means you want to take that first step. You want to make some action. Get the ball rolling is an expression that is sometimes used to start something. So a lot of times if they say, talking about some employee, yeah, he has a lot of initiative, to have the initiative to start learning something, the first step, the eagerness, the readiness to do something or get something started. Number 2, deflationary. This would be the opposite of inflationary. So by deflation is a noun, deflationary would be an adjective. Deflationary measures might be something that a government or lawmakers might take deflationary measures meaning to combat deflation, right? So if the prices are dropping, what are they going to do? They're going to, I learned about all this in my economics classes 10 years ago. If the prices are dropping, what might they do? They might, I don't know, my head hurts right now. They might lower the interest rates or raise the interest rates. I have to think about it too much. Inflationary, it's actually more common to see inflationary is much more common because that is a more typical problem. Rising prices. You don't see deflation that often, which is dropping prices. To a regular person, that sounds like a good thing, right? Prices are dropping? Oh yeah, good. But actually in economic terms, that can be quite a big problem. So they could do some things like injecting cash into the market by buying bonds or selling bonds. I forget which one it is. Or by raising interest or lowering raising interest. You can take some deflationary measures, or the opposite would be inflationary measures, meaning to fight deflation, to combat deflation, which is prices dropping. Like I said, it is much more common in business articles and stuff to see the word inflation because that is more common. But you can have deflation as well. Number 4, lure. It's actually kind of hard to pronounce, even for me. I have to be careful. Lure. And it means to attract or to, here it says to entice, attract or entice, to bring something to you. It can actually be used as a noun with fishing. The thing that you put on the end of the fishing pole is called the lure. Sometimes it's called the bait or the lure. I think bait is usually something like a worm or actually some type of live thing. But if it's just the kind of rubbery piece of plastic, that is usually more called a lure. Not that important unless you're into fishing. But the reason it's called that is because it's attracting the fish, right? The fish sees that and it wants to come there. It is often used with the word customers, to lure customers. Is that how they use it in our reading? I'm not sure. We will see in a second. To lure customers or consumers to your store or to your product, meaning to draw them, to attract them.
And if you play Pokemon Go,
Pokemon Go.
yeah, maybe you're familiar with the word lure as well, because they have some module that lure
The Pokemons will come
so
if you use that one.
The name of that module is lure module.
Makes complete sense. Number 5, skeptical. This is a quite common word, and you might probably know this one. In case you don't, it is meaning it causes doubt. So if a lot of times you say, I'm skeptical, right? I'm skeptical about this idea, or you could just say, I'm skeptical in context, whatever is leading, I'm skeptical about that. Kind of just means I don't believe it. I don't believe it is much stronger. You've made your decision. I don't believe that. I'm skeptical is more unsure. You are not sure. You haven't decided yet. You still have some questions. Sometimes you might hear some people use it as a noun, a skeptic. Sometimes people, when they're describing my personality, I'm outgoing, I'm friendly, or sometimes when people describe their personality, they say, I'm a skeptic, which means, it can kind of mean just you don't trust people, or a lot of times just you don't believe things. I would describe myself as kind of a skeptic. When I read some news, I don't really just believe it right away, especially if it's just something online or something like that. So sometimes people might describe themselves or someone else as a skeptic. You are constantly questioning or not believing easily. And number 6 is kind of an easy one, to take part in. To take part just means to join, to participate, to be part of it. This example sentence says the students are urged to take part in the fundraising activity. To take part, to be part of it, to participate. Any questions about those 6 words? Deflationary is a very specific economic term. The other, Pint also is quite specific. The other ones can be used in vast and many different places. Let's go to the reading. It looks like it is 6 paragraphs. So we can each just read 1 paragraph since there are 6 of us. Minji can go first, and we can go counterclockwise, and I will finish.
It's Friday.